My friends, do you think that you're cut out for success? Do you think that you have what it takes to beat the odds, to become a high value man, to get the life that everyone else wants, to have the things in life that everyone covets, to have the lifestyle that garners respect and the jealousy of others? I always say that if you want extraordinary results, if you want an extraordinary life, you have to put forth extraordinary effort. You have to be above ordinary. If you do the things that everyone else does, if you live the normal life that the normal person lives, if you put forth the normal, ordinary effort that everyone else puts forth, what do you think you're going to get? You're going to get what everyone else gets. You're going to have the ordinary life that everyone else has. You can't expect to get something special. You can't expect to get extraordinary results by putting forth ordinary effort. That is not the way of the universe. I talk to a bunch of people in my life. I talk to a bunch of people in my daily walk, in my job. I've encountered a lot of people and had interesting conversations with people since I've started this podcast, people reaching out to me, asking for advice. And whenever I give it to them, whenever I tell them how hard they have to work, how much dedication they have to put forth to get the results that they want in life, I often hear the response of, "It's too hard." Quite frankly, if the words "it's too hard" is in your vocabulary, success isn't for you. If the words "it's too hard" is something that even exists in your thought pattern, then maybe you should reconsider what you want in life. Maybe you should be content having exactly what you have and being at the exact station in life where you are. If the words "it's too hard" is even something that can come to your mind, quite frankly, I understand why you're coming to me for advice. I understand why you don't have the life that you want. I understand why you were concerned and wondering why you haven't gotten what you want in life yet, why your life seems to be stuck in a rut. Because you can't do the extraordinary. You can't do anything past what everyone else is doing. You cannot move in a way that is above normal, that is above average, in order to get the results that are above average, the results that are above normal. It's too hard is the way of the weak. It's too hard are the words of a pussy. You know what? Despite everything going on in my life, I put forth a tremendous amount of effort to make sure that I record regularly to give you guys content on this podcast, to add value to your life. And there's so much more to it than just sitting in front of a camera and talking. There's countless hours of researching to make sure that I give you guys content that is based on facts and data and realistic truth. There's so much time and effort that's involved in figuring out how I'm going to present things to you. There's so much time and effort involved in creating these intro and outro reels that you guys see. This isn't an easy task. This is a full-time job in itself. And as of right now, as you guys are listening, as I'm recording this right now, I just got off of a 40-hour shift. A 40-hour shift of consecutive work. I got off. Today was supposed to be a day off. But yet even twice today, I've got called back into the hospital twice. But yet I am back home late up at night to make sure that I give you guys content. To make sure that I am consistent on delivering my promise to you guys to give you guys constant value. Because my purpose, my dedication, my mission is worth more to me than my feelings. You know what? I'm tired. I don't feel like being up right now. But I made a commitment to this podcast and I made a commitment to you guys to make sure that I constantly deliver on my promises. And because of my commitment, I am forcing my emotions and my exhaustion into submission to my willpower. That is the way of leaders. That is the way of those people who are willing and able to conquer. You must be willing to be above your feelings, above your exhaustion, above your emotions of this is too hard, above the thoughts that tell you in your mind that this sucks. You must be willing to put your purpose and your mission in front of your feelings. Don't be a pussy. Everything worth having in life is hard. Every great inventor, every great achiever, every great conqueror in history has had to put forth effort to get where they are. Think of anyone that you know who is in fantastic physical shape. Do you think that they just haphazardly woke up one day with the physique of a Greek god? Or do you think they spent countless hours of dedication, hard work, willpower, and tenacity to achieve the goals that they're at? If that bothers you, then maybe you should rethink your goals in life. Maybe you should rethink the level of lifestyle that you consider acceptable and comfortable. You can have a perfectly normal, a perfectly average existence by putting forth average effort. By working your 40 hours a week, coming home, eating dinner, watching TV for a few hours, and going to sleep. Sleeping 8 hours a night, waking up, and going out and doing it again. Taking 2 days off for the weekend, getting your standard paycheck every week, and continuing the cycle. You can have a normal, average life. But if you want more than average, you need more than average tenacity. Since the beginning of time, life has always been hard. It used to be that just to eat, you had to go and you had to kill your own food. You had to go and you had to grow your own crops. You had to walk miles to bring water back to your village just to have a meal. You had to chop wood to create a fire in order to stay warm. You had to build your own house by hand. You had to walk miles on your own 2 feet to wherever you wanted to go. And now life has become so easy. Think about it. You can go and buy a 50-pound bag of rice in a grocery store for about $20, which is about the average hourly wage of your standard worker in the United States. In no other time in human civilization has an hour of work provided 50 pounds of food. This has been the easiest time in human history to be alive. And yet we can't even do basic hardships. We can't even get up and work more hours and stay up a little bit later and spend more time and energy thinking about ways to create money and earn wealth and consistently get into the gym to work on our bodies and work on our minds. We can't even do that. Our ancestors had to work hard just to eat, just to be warm, just to have a roof over their heads. And we have it so easy, and we can't even work hard just to put forth a couple extra hours on a job. We can't even be disciplined enough to save money and look for ways to invest and teach ourselves how markets work and teach ourselves how cryptocurrency flows and how to trade it and teach ourselves how real estate works. We can't even put forth that extra effort when life is easier than it has ever been for humanity. I believe that the inability to go through hardship is a purposeful result of slave mind indoctrination. We used to understand that to get the things that we want, we have to work hard. Soldiers during World War II understood that in order to defeat genuine evil in the form of the Nazi powers, they had to run out on a beach, facing walls of machine gun fire, seeing their friends getting cut up to pieces in front of them. Your average 18-year-old in the United States was willing and ready to go and die in battle immediately, without question, and was shamed if he chose cowardice. He understood the hardship. He understood things that were actually worth dying for, and he went and did it. Before that, in the Revolutionary War, men literally stood side by side in perfectly neat lines and marched towards an enemy. And they would literally take turns shooting at each other, an open field without any cover, taking turns launching musket balls and cannon fire at each other, and then charging each other with bayonets. Real hardship. But now we can't do that because of our slave mind indoctrination. We are so geared towards constant entertainment and constant gratification. Constant need to have our short attention span satisfied by TikTok, by videos, by Instagram Reels. Constantly looking for entertainment and stimulation. Everything has been so easy, everything has been so convenient, everything has been so accessible that the thought of hardship has become repulsive to most. We've become pussified. We've become tied into the slave mind. And a mind that is enslaved can never be a mind that generates wealth, that generates prosperity, that generates true freedom. You must become above that. You must be willing to accept hardship, or else you don't have what it takes to be successful. You don't have what it takes to reach your dreams. The Lamborghini that you dream about, The beautiful house on the beach that you dream about, the beautiful women in your bed that you want, you won't be able to get that by being average. You won't be able to get that by only doing what is easy. You know, whenever I hear a man say that he is bored, I instantly know that he is not living up to his potential. I instantly know that he is not on the path to success. Because if you're truly doing everything you possibly can, you can never be bored. There's always something to be done. There's always some new stock to be trading. There's always some more research and more learning to do on how money flows. There's always, a gym to go to, a workout to get in. There's always some sparring that you can be doing at the kickboxing or at the boxing gym. There's always some extra overtime that can be picked up so you could have more money and more capital to invest into things which end up making you more money and having passive income for you. There's always something to be done. There's always a way to get smarter, stronger, richer, more talented, a better, more dangerous, more compendious person. There's always ways to increase that. You should never be bored. There's so much to be done. If anything, the real problem should be that there's not enough hours in a day to get done all that you want to do. The real problem should be, dang, I want to work out. I want to do this much reading today. I want to do this much studying today. I want to do this much learning today, but I also want to work this many hours today. I want to pick up some overtime. I want to see if I can, maybe cash into some crypto movements. I want to see if maybe I can buy some stocks. I want to go and search for some real estate opportunities. All these things you want to do every single day, and there's not enough hours in a day. And if there's so much to be done to make yourself better, stronger, richer, sexier, more talented, more intelligent, there's never time to be bored. If you have ever and do ever say that you're bored, then you're not living up to your potential and you need to get busy. Me and one of my friends were talking today. When I went back into work, when I got called back into the ER, one of my coworkers, one of my friends, me and him were talking today. And I was asking him, does he have trouble sleeping? And he said, yeah, I have trouble sleeping too. Because I know that I do. And this is a guy, I took him under my wing. I've taught him the things that I teach you guys now. And now this guy has, increased his income by 50% within the past few months. He's going back to school to get even more talents, to get more skills. His wife respects him a whole lot more. He's looking for investment opportunities and he has a new fire in his eyes. And this guy said, yeah, I'm having trouble sleeping too. Because I was wondering, is it something that's just on me? I can't even sleep fully because there's always ideas going through my mind. How can I make more money? How is money moving? I'll wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning and say, you know what, man, I wonder if I can make some money off of crypto moving, even if it's just, 1% movement. Even if I just wake up and say, you know what, I'm going to throw $1,000 at Bitcoin and it moves by 1% at 3 a.m. in the morning, at least I've made $10. Like, there's always something going on. There's always something to do. My mind is always thinking of ways to be creative and make more sources of income, make myself better, faster, stronger. That is the way of someone who wants to be successful. It should be an obsession. Napoleon Hill, in the book Think and Grow Rich, he wrote that the one characteristic the rich and those who have been successful throughout human history have always had is the absolute obsession with their mission and obsession with victory. That is how you need to be. And if that's not you, you're not on the path to success. You can change. You can make your mind refocus and accept hardship, to enjoy hardship. But if that's not something you can do, then you should reconsider whether success is something that's cut out for you. In the neurology block of med school, I learned about a topic called neuroplasticity. And basically what that is the brain's ability to form new habits, to form new behaviors, and to make those pathways, those behaviors, those habits more efficient, stronger, better, faster every single time you do it. They make actions into habits. They make choices into lifestyles. That is what neuroplasticity is. Every single time you do an action, every single time you think a certain way, every single time you repeat a behavior, the axons in your neurons in your brain, they myelinate more and more and more, which increases the signal strength, the signal transduction between neurons, which makes that task easier and more natural and makes that action more habitual. So, with that being said, every time you say something is too hard, every time you choose to take the easy way out, Every time you choose to do something because you don't feel like it, you are creating pussy pathways in your brain. But every time there's something that's hard, there's something that's difficult, there's something that is a challenge, and you say, you know what, I'm going to do it anyway. And when you're sore from going to the gym and you decide to get up and do it again, and you say, I'm going to do it anyway. And when you're tired and when you decide to still stay up and try to figure out ways to make money and accomplish your purpose, and you say, I'm going to do it anyway. You are creating the pathways of a G. And those G pathways become your character. And your character becomes your lifestyle. And that is the way to success. That is the way to victory. That is the way to accomplish the dreams that you say that you have. You know, if anything that I've said tonight has triggered you and has made you offended, here's my advice. You should be content with where you are. If anything that I've said makes you think that's too hard, I can't do that, that's too extreme, then you know what? Success isn't for you. And it's okay to be normal because not everyone can be on the top. But if you felt convicted by anything that I've said tonight, and it makes you uncomfortable knowing that you're not living up to your full potential and you want to change, my friend, you have hope. It's time to start putting forth extraordinary effort so that you can get the extraordinary results and the extraordinary life that you desire. So it's time to get busy. Go forth and conquer, my friends. The world is yours.